Igbo women, move closer. Yeah, move closer. I was scrolling by the internet a few days ago and I came across a video of a young girl, a 10-year-old girl. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as Tatmama5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. So today's video is actually towards Igbo women. Like, Igbo women, move closer please. Move closer, because it seems Igbo women, Anambra women are trending. I mean, trending for all the wrong reasons, including child molestation. And why have I come here? Right? No, I'm not actually trying to paint Igbo women or Anambra women with the same brush, but some of you are deadly. So why this outburst? So I was on the internet a few days ago and I saw a video of a young girl. This girl couldn't have been between 8 and 10. And I was like, what could she have done? Like, what happened to her? And then I click on the post to see that this was actually done to her. So I can't cram the story on my head, so I'm going to read the story on my laptop, so we have a context, like we know what actually happened. So, and I don't want to make this video too long. So it happens that Adachukwu Cukelu Okafor, a lawyer and self-confessed lover of God, in quote, that lover of God is in quote, lover of God, who resides in Akpaka, Onitsha, has allegedly molested 10-year-old Happiness. Happiness is a maid, whom she took into her household to serve as a housekeeper. So it was learned that Adachukwu brought Happiness into her home in January 2024, which was last month, after contacting her own parents to help her get a child who could assist her with house chores. Adachukwu parents contacted Ifeoma Mogalu, Happiness guardian, who lives on the same street as them. So it was Adachukwu's parents who connected Ifeoma and Adachukwu, as explained or as discussed by a man who narrated the story of what happened to this 10-year-old Happiness girl. So it was mentioned that after an agreement was reached, Ifeoma granted Adachukwu permission to take Happiness to her home in Okpakpa in Onitsha. So in less than 2 weeks of taking Happiness into her household, Adachukwu molested Happiness. Adachukwu claimed she told Happiness to bathe her 8-year-old son, and that Happiness fondled her 8-year-old son's private parts. That was what Adachukwu said Happiness did. So it was also discussed. It was also explained that Adachukwu used a iron that we used in ironing clothes. She heated this iron up and used it to burn Happiness buttocks. I'm going to put a blurred image of that here, because I don't want YouTube to strike this video at any time. And after she has burnt her buttocks with hot iron, she's already beaten her mercilessly with marks across her face, her body, everywhere. She now hit up a knife. So she hit up a knife. You know when goldsmiths, you know when they are burning metal, you know how it sparkles red. So she hit up a knife that hot and inserted it into Happiness' vagina. Oh my God. She inserted a hot knife into a 10-year-old girl's vagina, which is Happiness. And then that molestation did not stop there. This Adachukwu, that molestation did not stop there. She went on to chain this girl, locked her up in the house, and starved her of food and water. So after Adachukwu molested this girl, she called Ifeoma. Ifeoma is Happiness guardian, to come and take Happiness back with her, that she no longer wants her. After that was not enough, this Adachukwu also threatened that she would deal with anybody that reports what she did to Happiness, because obviously she has influence, and if anybody misbehaves, she would deal with them. So Ifeoma, seeing the kind of injury that Happiness has, as inflicted by Adachukwu, took 10-year-old Happiness to the hospital for treatment, and then she contacted the police. So Adachukwu fled when she realized what she has done, when she realized that she is being searched for everywhere. Adachukwu ran away. So who is Adachukwu? Adachukwu is actually a barrister. a mother of 4 children. She has 4 of her own children. She is married, she has a husband. So, because she now has kids, she's a lawyer, hence why she threatened that if they report this incident to anybody, she was going to deal with them. So obviously when she realized that what she's done, she changed her number, she fled, she decided to go hide. They were looking for her. So obviously when they couldn't find her, she was declared wanted, and the Women's Affairs Commissioner named Uju Kennedy Ohaneye placed a 2 million naira bounty on her head. People should find her. If you find her, we give you 2 million naira. They placed a 2 million naira bounty on her head, and that whoever find her should bring her to the police station. As it is, she's been, obviously when she knew there was nowhere for her to run into, she handed herself in. Yeah, she handed herself in, and now the case of this 10-year-old girl is gathering lots of support. I currently read that the governor of Anambra State, Chukwu Masolulu, has also said that she will be made to face the iron bars. So that's the story of how a barrister, a learned woman, a wife, a mother, a lawmaker, because she's a lawyer, thought it was all right to treat a 10-year-old that way. Like, Igbo women, who do now, who do this to now? I'm not painting all of you, but some of the ones who have been caught up in mess like this. So I am so livid. I'm so livid. So she's already in police station. She's been arrested there. She's going to be arraigned in court sometimes next week or next month. So this now goes, let's have a discussion. So according to the Child Right Act 2003, the minimum age a child could walk in Nigeria is age 15, no younger than 15 years old. You can start to indulge children from age 14 with light household chores. With that being said, so this is a barrister. Obviously she's all right, she's doing well. She's already against the law by recruiting a 10-year-old girl to come work for her as an housemaid. She can afford professional homekeepers or housekeepers. And the story, she claimed that this 10-year-old fondled her 8-year-old son. Like, what business does a 10-year-old girl has birthing an 8-year-old boy? Like, when I was growing up, an 8-year-old should be able to bath or bathe himself. So it's even not appropriate for a 10-year-old girl to be washing an 8-year-old boy. It just doesn't make sense. It's inappropriate. Such should not even be done. So for the fact that child, even if that was alleged, though, that was what she alleged that this girl did. Even if that was what this girl did, scold her the way you would scold your own child. Or even just let her be. Because you can never tell, what if while you are beating her, she passed out and she did not wake up? You've killed somebody's child. Maybe at that instant, she should have just called the guardian. Like, this is what this girl did. Come pick her now before I do the unspeakable. But no, she went ahead to batter this girl. Like, ruin her womb. Like, I was watching that video and I just couldn't watch it. And on this thread of YouTube as well, I've seen content creators with children below the age of 12 as housemaids. This is not just about Igbo or Anambra women now. It's about other content creators I've seen on YouTube with children below the age of 12. Children as young as the age of their own oldest child. Using them as housemaids. Like, if you are rich enough that you think you need an housemaid, why don't you employ people who are old enough? Employ a living nanny, or a nanny who would come do your house chores for you, and then they'll go back to their house if you don't want to live with them. Especially we women. Women will say, I don't want to employ a grown-up housemaid before my husband starts to torpedo them. You know. So if you don't want your housemaid to live in with you, if you can employ someone who lives close by, who was of age of age, according to the Child Act, at least from age 15 and above. Employ them to come do your house chores for you. If you don't want them to sleep in your house, then they can go and come. So this Adachukwu is rich. She can afford to hire a professional housekeeper, but she did not. Instead, she recruited an underage, a minor, for cheap labor. You would think someone who knows the law would not indulge in such things. And I've read posts of people saying, oh, they should tender justice with mercy. That what if, as a mother, what would you have done? If I, as a mother, and that happened, if I decide to handle that child, I might massacre, I might buy the child. For that not to happen, I will just call, or maybe take her to the nearest police station. And while I drop her at the nearest police station, I will ask our guardian to come pick her up from there, because this is me trying to get myself off doing something that will land me in jail, whereby preventing me from looking after my kids. So that girl is lying in hospital. She's being treated. And obviously she knew what she's done. She ran off. Like, how can some women be so cruel? You've got your own kids. Like, this is not me. No. Maybe I should be proud of myself in a way. I am in the abroad. I don't have no mother here, no father here, no siblings here. And I had 4 kids of my own in the UK. I did not have to use any house help. It was just me and my husband. It was just me and my husband. And me and my husband, we have looked and still looking after 5 kids. The youngest being age 12 and the oldest almost 20. Without the help of an house help. In the abroad. But in Nigeria, or in Africa, where you can actually employ somebody who is of age. Some of you out there, yes, some of you out there will not employ people who are of age, because obviously you are looking for cheap labor. You're looking for somebody that you can waylay with responsibilities, people that you can talk to anyhow, people that you can ridicule anyhow, which is someone as young as you, because obviously they don't want to recruit somebody who is of age, so that person won't be able to talk back at them, so that person will be able to say to somebody that, oh, this is what my madam is doing to me. I also read a post sometimes on Facebook about this lady should be about maybe 18 or above. She was like, oh, my madam treats me well, my madam did this to me. And I guess that conversation stemmed from where a family went out, and you could clearly see from the way the kids are dressed, you could clearly tell which was the housemaid, because she was the only one who was wearing bathroom slippers with her dress. The other kids were beautifully dressed. And then she shared a picture of herself in, like, obviously she's smartly dressed, she's carrying her madam's kids, and she was like, oh, that her madam looks after her, this, this, she respects her, and this. And I remember commenting that, yes, you are clearly of age, you know what is right, and your madam will dare not speak to you the way you should not be spoken to. And with that being said, how do you think that child in the picture we are comparing could say anything to her madam? Could say to her madam that, madam, I am not going out with you because my shoe is different from what your children are wearing. Or, madam, you need to buy me a shoe. Like, these minor house helps cannot say that. So hence why I said, all these madam with house helps, they will not recruit people or someone who is of age, who could stand up to their shenanigans, who could tell them, who could call them out for their wrongs. And some might not even do it, but then obviously if they know what you're capable of being a grown-up, they will treat you with respect. But then if they've gone on to employ an underage, a minor, and they will treat each child as they like, we've heard of how some madam husbands are apparently sleeping with their underage minors, and then when this minor summoned the courage to speak to the madam is beating the minor for coming to tell her that her husband was touching her or doing something to her. Like why are we like this? Why are we like this? And I've heard people say that, oh, they should tender justice with mercy with this woman. No, they should not tender justice with mercy with her. She is a barrister. She knows the law. She knew what age she should be employing. She should be recruiting as a housekeeper. But then because of cheap labor, because she wants somebody who she's going to use as whoever, she went on to employ a minor. And then she did that unspeakable act, punishment on that girl. For me, if I were to be allowed to give her justice, I would do to her exactly what she did to that girl. Yes, and this is me being frank, this is me being raw. If I was allowed, or if I were to be allowed to give her any judgment, I will judge that what she did to that girl should be done to her. so she knows how it feels like for a knife to be inserted into your vagina. And also, yes, jail time is a must. Let her go to jail and not see her children again. And this girl, Happiness, that is in hospital, let her family, let this Adachukwu be responsible for her financial upkeep till she's of age. Yes, and this will include going to school, health maintenance, care maintenance, whatever maintenance this girl needs. Adachukwu and her husband should be responsible for it. And that brings me to the husband as well. The husband will not tell me that he was not aware of how his wife was molesting this child. Obviously, as a husband, you know your wife is a lawyer and she brought home a 10-year-old girl as an housekeeper. As a man of the house that you're supposed to be, why didn't you say, Ada, this girl is too young, you are a barrister, you know the laws of the country. Take this girl back to where you got her from. Okay? Take her back. If it means employing an elderly person or an older person to come look after her home, let us do that. But the husband kept quiet. So I think the husband should also be held as a culprit as well, because he saw what was happening and he did not do anything to save this girl from his wife. So guys, let me know if you actually agree with all the points I've mentioned in this day. Like, this Nigerian Child Right Act needs to be strengthened, must be upheld. And all of those YouTube content, like if the Nigerian government should start, they should come onto YouTube. All these YouTube content creators that are employing minor people, let them start rounding them up and letting them face justice. I was watching one, was it Lily Pope or who brought her family or whoever's child, and she was like, yeah, that child will wash with the clothes and then they'll do washing machine. Like, what house chores are you doing when your own child is not doing the same task this child is doing? Nah, it's not called for. I pray and I wish that the full justice be meted on that barrister, and I hope she never sees her children again. And also her husband should be punished as well, and let them be responsible for the upkeep of that girl for the rest of her life, because it's totally wrong. Like, as a mother, like, where are your motherly instincts? Where are your motherly love? If for the fact that you want to set this child away, even though if what you said she did was what she did, no, she did not deserve to be treated that way. No, she did not. Anyway, guys, this is the end of my video. Let me know what you think about the points I raised in the comment section. Let's drop comments respectfully, please. Don't come with, insultive comment, because if you do, I'm going to be giving it to you back to back as well. So don't forget to like and drop a comment in the comment section. Subscribe if you're here to do so. Share and turn on the post notification. And I hope to see you in my next video. All right, bye.